Imagine a civilization so powerful and enduring that it thrived for over 3,000 years, leaving a mark that still influences the world today. That was ancient Egypt. This iconic civilization arose along the Nile River, turning the desert into a cradle of innovation, culture, and spiritual wonder. At its height, the Egyptian empire stretched from modern-day Syria in the north to Sudan in the south, but before it became an empire, it was a collection of small independent city-states nestled along the lifeline of North Africa, the Nile River. These early city-states were divided into two regions based on the Nile's flow: Upper Egypt in the south, where the river flows upstream, and Lower Egypt in the north, where the Nile fans into the Mediterranean Sea. Around 3100 BC, these two regions were united under the rule of a single king, creating the first Egyptian state. This unification marked the beginning of a civilization that would flourish for millennia. Historians divide Egypt's incredible history into three major periods of prosperity, known as the Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, and New Kingdom, interspersed with times of instability called the First and Second Intermediate periods. During these times, Egypt was ruled by a succession of nearly 300 leaders, often referred to as pharaohs. The word pharaoh, meaning great house in Egyptian, was not the official title of the rulers but became synonymous with them thanks to its use in the Hebrew Bible. Pharaohs were more than just kings and queens. They were seen as divine intermediaries between the gods and the people, protectors of Egypt, and stewards of the land. Interestingly, not all pharaohs were men or even Egyptian, showing the diversity within their ranks. When pharaohs passed away, Egyptians believed they became gods. To prepare for their journey to the afterlife, pharaohs built elaborate tombs, such as the Great Pyramids at Giza and the underground mausoleums of the Valley of the Kings. These tombs were filled with treasures, gold jewelry, food, drinks, and even pets, ensuring the deceased had everything they needed in the afterlife. The process of mummification was central to these beliefs. Bodies were embalmed, wrapped in hundreds of yards of linen, and placed in intricately designed tombs. Egyptians believed this preserved the body for the soul's journey to the afterlife, ensuring it could be reanimated in the next world. The grandeur of ancient Egypt wasn't just spiritual, it was also scientific. Egyptians were pioneers in mathematics, particularly in measurement and geometry. They invented the cubit, a unit of measurement that enabled them to construct massive structures like the pyramids. By combining math with astronomy, Egyptians developed a 24-hour day and created the first solar calendar, a system with 365 days in a year, something we still use today. These innovations helped them organize time, plan agricultural cycles, and even predict seasonal flooding of the Nile. The Nile itself was a source of life and inspiration. Egyptians developed advanced methods to measure and survey land, paving the way for dams, canals, and irrigation systems. These engineering marvels transformed the Nile Valley into one of the most fertile regions of the ancient world, supporting agriculture and sustaining their civilization. To describe and record their world, Egyptians created hieroglyphic writing around 3150 BC. This intricate system of over 700 pictorial symbols adorned monuments and pottery, serving ceremonial and decorative purposes. But as daily life demanded faster, more practical communication, the Egyptians developed hieratic writing, a cursive form written in ink. This writing revolution wouldn't have been possible without another Egyptian innovation: papyrus. Derived from the papyrus plant, this early form of paper became a medium for record-keeping, administration, and storytelling. With papyrus, Egypt's influence spread far and wide, leaving behind an enduring legacy of knowledge. As with all great empires, ancient Egypt's dominance eventually waned. It faced invasions from powerful forces, including the Persian Empire in the 4th century BC and the Roman Empire around 30 BC. Despite its decline, Egypt's contributions to humanity endure. From their breathtaking architectural feats to their groundbreaking innovations in math, timekeeping, and writing, The Egyptians set a high standard for all civilizations that followed. Their spirituality and belief in the afterlife reflected a culture deeply connected to its gods and the mysteries of existence. Even today, we feel their influence every time we read about the stars, calculate measurements, or even write on paper. We're reminded of the brilliance of ancient Egypt. Truly, theirs was a civilization like no other, a timeless beacon of human ingenuity, creativity, and resilience.